52 and 13/16 square cut. I already cut one in. 52 and 13/16. That's a 1/16 more than 3/4. And you'll notice when I'm cutting this that I put it up on my backstop the way it's going to fit on the wall. So there we have the first one. Square cut there and square cut there. That's the easy one. Now you can see the profile that we're working with. Now we got to do coping. How do you cope? Now I'm going to demonstrate to you how I'm going to cope it. The way I'm using this profile, this is going to be the bottom piece that goes against the wall, and this will be the top piece that goes up against the ceiling, and it's going to go up like that. If you can picture that, you can see that split, and this is a cutoff piece. I'm going to use this one to demonstrate how to cut it, because you have to cut it upside down and backwards. Now remember, this is going up to the ceiling like this, and my other piece is also coming in this way, so it's going to be cutting at an angle back like that. So I can't just go like this, because if I go this way and swing it, it's going to cut it back in. I need to have the cut going this way. So to do that, I got to flip it upside down and get my profile set. Turn this to 45 degrees and make sure I have this on my miter saw nice and square, so it's going to fit tight top and bottom. And I can see my fence is up just a hair high here. It has to sit down perfectly flat on your saw. Yeah, I'm going to get past that crack a little bit. Here we go. Upside down and backwards. Now if I'd cut it the regular way, I would have been cutting it like this, and that wouldn't help me at all. But we have cut it this way. See that profile? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my coping saw and I'm going to follow right along with this and cut that off. So when I get done cutting this, this will fit perfectly against my other piece. Now let me move the camera around and get you set up, and we'll do that. Okay, so now you can see my profile here, and I'm going to follow right along that with my coping saw. And I have two different coping saws here. Let me back you up for a second. I actually own 3 of them, but here's 2 of them right here. And there's a difference between these 2 saws. Now you look carefully. I'm going to bring this up to the camera, see if I can do this so you can see the difference. Can you see the difference in the teeth? One is set up for cutting forward and the other one is set up for cutting on the backstroke. And depending on the material you're using, you may want to cut on the backstroke. This time I'm cutting on the front stroke. So that's why I'm choosing this particular saw. This is called a coping saw. So get you right down there close and see if I can hold it still while I do this. And notice, let me get my push stick out of the way. Notice now, I could cut in at an angle. You can't see there. I could cut in here like at an angle like this, but there's no need because my piece is coming across here. So actually, what I can do is cut this off square. Just like that. If I can keep it from moving around too much. Now, I'm going to follow and I'm going to start back on the other end now. And this is real wood molding. This is not plastic molding. Come on out of there. Gotta get my saw back out. It's fighting against me here. And that happens sometimes when you get wood. There we go. Now I gotta come up here. From here. Right in there. Notice I'm cutting back at an angle away from the edge. That's so that I get a razor edge here along my profile. Now, you notice I left just a little bit right here, and I could shave that back using my utility knife. Okay, I have a little bit of shaving to do right up here. Alright, now I'll back you out and I'm going to show you how it works with our other piece that we've already cut. Now, pretend this is the ceiling. This is the ceiling down here, and we have it upside down against it. And there's your coped corner. See that? And of course it'll get nailed in place, and this will already be nailed that way, so it's not going to move anymore. And when you put this in, you're nailing it that way. All it can do is slide, sorry about that, all it can do is slide along that profile. It's never going to pull apart. And this is a good enough joint. With a little touch-up paint, it will just disappear. And painted moldings are easier to do because if you do make a mistake along the way, you can always put a little bit of filler in there and just touch it up with some paint. Not quite so easy to do if you've got pre-finished moldings. And I will be doing pre-finished moldings for my baseboard, but they're much simpler profile than this. So there you have a coped corner. I'm going to finish cutting all my pieces, and then I'm going to take them up and we'll put them in place.